it's Clive from UnsungHeroGuitars. Today I'd like to show you some work which I recently did on a customer's semi-hollow body Ibanez Artcore AS73. This is a nice example of how a relatively inexpensive instrument can be turned into a really nice playing and sounding guitar. So here it is on the bench prior to any work actually taking place. As you can see, it's in pretty good shape overall. Nothing too nasty there. The main objective here was to upgrade the stock circuitry and give it a good setup, make sure it plays well. Taking a closer look, you can see as it arrived there are some marks and some light scratches on the surface. Here's the after, now looking nice and pretty, and there's just a few specks in the lacquer itself which we could do nothing about. It's quite strange, actually, quite embedded into the lacquer, as you'll see again here. A few marks before and after some attention. The majority of the marks have gone, but there's just some light flecks in the lacquer itself. It's a strange thing, but actually gives it a nice little bit of character. Looks okay. This is probably the worst of the damage on the guitar. I believe this would be from where a strap had been lent over the body whilst it was on a stand, perhaps. So yeah, we've reduced the appearance of that. Looks a good bit better now. And on the back, this is the rear of the top horn. You can see there lots of light scratches, buckle rash as they call it, and that's been reduced. You can see there some very light, it looks like fingerprints, but they're not fingerprints. They're just, again, those funny marks in the lacquer. So moving on to the neck, you can see here there's a ding. There's a few of those around the length of the neck. So they were filled. You can see evidence of where they were. But the most important thing is that now that they're nice and smooth again, you don't feel them under the thumb. The headstock, obviously. This again shows towards the top end above the Ibanez logo. You can see the funny marks. Again, nothing could be done about that. They're really ingrained into the lacquer, but they're nice. They look okay. They seem to suit the character of the guitar. And moving on to the work on the fretboard, you can see here this has already had a light scrape to remove any grime and to help address some other issues, which I'll show you later on. This is after the first stage of fret leveling. This is to ensure that obviously the frets are all at the same height, no high ones, no low ones, so that plays perfectly. And this is recrowning in process. This is a hand file just to reshape the crowns. And here we go. This is after it's all been polished up and smoothed and looking beautiful. So this next photograph shows the bottom 3 frets around the 3rd string area. You can see where there's the usual, it's very, very common, pitting and grooves which appear in the frets. And obviously after the leveling, recrowning and polishing processes, things look an awful lot better. So I mentioned previously there were some other issues on the fretboard which I needed to address. You can see there some gouging in and around about the 18th fret, and that's been taken care of. You'd really need to notice now. And the same story around the 14th fret, quite a significant scratch there in the board. So after addressing that and giving the fretboard some re-nourishment, things are looking a whole lot healthier. So one of the main things which this guitar's owner, Rosario, wanted to change up was the stock circuitry. You can see there, that's the stuff that came out, not great components, mini pots and what have you. So we've installed CTS, Switchcraft, Sprague orange drop components, Switchcraft output jack as well. And the whole reason behind this is to make the guitar just much more usable, much better taper on the pots. Tone caps which are, have a usable range. They don't make the guitar way too dark to the point that you'd never use it. So it's just much more usable all round. And you can see here with the new pots being slightly larger in diameter, the holes had to be enlarged. So the next stage was to polish up all the hardware prior to reassembly. And you can see there on the bench, it's now back in one piece. And from there, all that remains is to get the setup right. So that's adjustments to the nut, to the neck relief, to the bridge, to the saddles for the intonation. Because obviously achieving a good setup is a fine balance of all of those things. So there we have it. It's now back and reunited with a very happy owner.